Welcome to this week's Coach's Corner. Again, my name is David Collins, and I'm the athletic director and head football coach here at Greenville High School, giving you guys an insight into our athletic program each and every week. Tonight, we're going to start our program with our defensive coordinator for the football program, Scotty Yates. Scotty, appreciate you coming today, man.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, Scotty, you guys are coming off of a huge game defensively. I mean, we came out on the opening drive. Of course, the Canada took it down and scored, but after that, man, you guys put a stop to them right there.
Yep.
I know there's been a whole lot of work involved in doing what we're trying to do as a football program, and also we've had to overcome a ton of adversity to get there. How did you feel that night, just seeing your guys play the way they were playing?
Well, excited. All right, for the first time, I feel like our guys executed at a high level. And, one thing about our guys, they always play hard. Mm-hmm. But they found a way to overcome all the injuries, all the banged up guys that we have, and just show up and execute the game plan at a high level for the first time all year with very minimum mistakes.
Awesome. It's always fun to see guys for that first time really have everything click, and I felt like just watching you guys play the other night, that was easy to see that we were clicking, we were hitting the right spots, we were in the right spots. So again, just fired up, and I know our community was fired up to see that too. But really what this is about, Scotty, this is about giving people a chance to see the inside parts of our program and get to know you a little bit better. Okay. One thing people may not know is you and I, we go way back to when you were a seventh grader and I was a first-year coach. Scotty played for me as a seventh and eighth grader. I had left a year, and then I came back your junior and senior years. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
To Maybank High School, and both of our hometown. We're from the same hometown. But Scotty, tell me about your experience at Maybank and kind of how you take the things that you've learned through there and have driven you to today's life.
Just hard work. You don't get the life you want, get the life that you earn, and you got to put the hard work in every day. Obviously, it's not easy. You're going to make mistakes, but just show up every day and put the work in. And obviously, sometimes you don't get the outcome that you want, but you understand from it, you live from it, you learn from it, and just have a growth mindset. Just what you taught me is that if you show up and put the work in, and you continue to grow every day, then you'll be at least in position to gain all your accomplishments. And if you don't, then figure it out, press pause, and then try to come up with a new game plan and then execute that new game plan.
No doubt. So after you left Maybank, give everybody kind of a quick version of your story from leaving Maybank to, again, us hiring you this year here at Greenville.
Okay. Well, whenever I graduated from Maybank, I went to a Division II school to play football. I was there for a year. I redshirted. Things didn't quite work out for me, mainly financially. Coach Collins kind of helped me out during my freshman year in college, and then I made the decision to join the military. So I spent 4 years in the Air Force. After I got out, I still had a few years of college left. I used my military credits, my year at Southeastern Oklahoma, and then a few years of my junior college credits. So I had about 2 years left, so I did some student assistant. I took a student assistant job at Texas A&M Commerce, and then from there they hired me as a GA, and then from after that I left and went to J.J. Pierce to join Coach Collins. I was there for 2 years, and then I went to UIW to be the safety coach. I was there for 3 years, and then we had some coaching changes. Our head coach Eric Morris left to take a coordinating job, and then I got retained by the new staff, and kind of got retained, but then they put me in a different position, and it just didn't work out. So I ended up going back to high school, and then that's what led me here to Greenville, Texas.
We're lucky to have you, man, with all that experience, but more importantly, everything that you've learned and everything that you bring to our kids every day. It's really exciting. To be a coach is a really hard job, right? I mean, it's a lot of hours that we spend here and investing in other people. And to do that, we have to have tremendous support systems in place to get that done. Won't you tell us a little bit about your support system?
Well, my support system is very big still to this day. It takes a village to raise any kid, and that's who I was just growing up, and I still pretty close to all those people. My support system, obviously, Coach Collins, who I get to see every day and always holds me accountable just like I was whenever I was a player, or his little brother or his son, as you can say. And then my wife, Brittany, who I appreciate so much, that always takes care of everything at home. We have a dog, but no children yet, but she holds down the fort and makes sure that I'm able to do this every day. My mom is still close, and then I just have a big circle of friends. Some who are principals who are still in education, some are firemen that I just talk to all the time, and that keep me grounded and let me know that I still got to put in all the work to get things accomplished.
Absolutely. That group of guys, a lot of those guys were the guys you grew up with, right? The guys
Yes,
that we worked with for so many years, and just the closeness of that group just talks to you about who you are as a man, and why people continue to gravitate to you, and how Crystal and I have always thought about you as a man, just how we've been blessed to be a small part of seeing you become who you've become in this business, because it's exciting to me every single day to watch you grow, watch you continue to lead groups of men, groups of players, and really get the most out of those kids. And we can't tell you how excited we are and how blessed we are to have you here in Greenville helping us get that done. As we continue to take steps forward, Scotty, what do you want to continue to see from your guys as we finish up this season here?
I just want to see them to continue to grow and just to fight through sickness, fight through injuries, and just show up every day, and no matter what happens, just be here so they can be able to grow, not in just football, but into the man that we're trying to make them into, and just want to see them here every day and then put in the work. And obviously like to see some wins, but just continue to play hard. Defensively, we live off three things: get lined up, get to the football, and get them on the ground. And I just want to see our guys continue to do that, get lined up, get to the ball, and get them on the ground, just play hard and love each other and support each other, and us to grow more as a brotherhood and as a family.
Awesome.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
One of the questions I ask everybody that comes in here for the first time is, the foundational piece of our program is love is free, trust is earned. And when we talk about that, Scotty, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means that we're always going to support each other and love each other, but in order to get the trust, you gotta put in the work, and you gotta gain your peers' respect. You gotta gain your teammates' respect. From player to player, from coach to player, and from coach to coach. We all show up every day to earn each other's trust by doing what we're supposed to do and putting in the hard work, and by doing our jobs every day. It means do your job.
Yep, love it, man. And on the lighter side, you and I think you got here about a month and a half after I did, right? So we both hadn't been here in Greenville, but in the short period of time, what's been your favorite part about Greenville, Texas?
My favorite part is it's just like my hometown, our hometown, Maybank, Texas. It's the same type of people, the same type of energy, and just enjoying trying to help them see the light at the end of the tunnel, helping them grow into the people that they want to be. And I really enjoy that process, That's why I've gotten into coaching, is to help. I think that's what life is about servicing other people. And I think that's what I love the most, is that there's always a challenge every day.
No doubt.
There's always a challenge every day. Show up and attack that challenge and to serve our kids and our coaches.
Well, you certainly have, and you say that, and it's, I think we giggle about that, but I don't think anybody has really the idea of what we're talking about with the challenges that we face every day. But man, you lead, you never panic, and you lead strong every day, man. And we're so blessed to have you here doing that, man. So thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you, man. We'll be right back.
Public power means that your utility is community-owned and not-for-profit. It is a commitment to our community. We pride ourselves in local leadership and accountability. At GEUS, our mission goes beyond delivering electricity. It's about providing low-cost yet reliable and high-quality electricity, television and internet services, and giving back to the community we live in. At GEUS, public power means local leadership and a shared vision for a brighter, more connected Greenville. Together, we're lighting the way to a better future.
Welcome back to this week's Coach's Corner. In this week's Friday Night Experience slot, we've got Ava Thomas from our cheer group. Ava, appreciate you joining us today.
Yes, thank you for having me here.
Thank you. Ava, we know obviously, we like to get to know our kids in this program. This is about our community getting to see the inside parts of our program and getting to know some of the people that are a part of it. So I know with cheer, there's obviously a huge amount of things that you go through every single year of your life to get to where you've been, right? So that means that you must have had an unbelievable support system throughout those years. So tell us a little bit about your support system.
Well, my main support system is my family that I live with at home. My mom, my dad, and my sister. Okay. My parents try to come to all the games, everything that they can go to since I was like 5 years old. And my sister's always on the sidelines cheering with me whenever I cheer, so.
Awesome.
Yes.
So your sister is who, how old?
9 years old.
9 years old?
Yeah.
Awesome. So she gets to be down there with you every time,
Yes.
okay? Looks up to big sister?
Definitely.
All right. Well, let's talk about that role then. I think that's an important role to discuss. But what's your role as a big sister for her?
Well, I just try to make sure I show her responsibility and how I can be a leader for her, show her what's right and what's wrong all the time. So.
Very good. That's awesome. Take us through your cheer career. When did you start and how did you get here today?
Well, I used to do dance when I was little, so I kind of had some experience with cheer because I used to go to like cheer clinics and stuff. Mm-hmm. And then I went to middle school and I was in 7th grade, and that's when I tried out for cheer. So I've been doing it since 7th, 8th, 9th, and then now I'm here.
Okay,
10th.
awesome.
And yeah, I've been just trying out, and I made it every year, so.
Awesome. Well, that's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think cheer brings back to you? I know you give so much to cheer. You
Mm-hmm.
work so hard for your teammates, and you're such a great example to your other teammates. But what does cheer give back to you?
It gives me more personality, I feel.
Okay.
I think when I started, I was more outgoing because it kind of made me outgoing.
Okay.
Having to be on the sideline all the time yelling made me less shy.
Okay, good. And that translates to having better conversations out in the real world?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, awesome. Well, it's funny how sometimes we join things for a certain reason, but we certainly get more than what we even thought we might get sometimes,
for sure.
Okay? Tell me about your experience with your cheer teammates.
I think this year has been probably the best year considering we have such a great bond with each other this year. And we're all like best friends, especially with cheer camp. That helped a lot. Mm-hmm. Our away cheer camp, we shared rooms and was together every day. And then the coaches are great too. They've gave us so many opportunities to go do stuff for the community and everything. So.
Awesome. When you get there on a Friday night or maybe at a basketball game or a volleyball game and you're out there cheering, what role does our cheer group play in that setting?
To try to support our team and bring them up and hopefully give them more power to win.
Absolutely, good. Well, I'll tell you what, you certainly do. You guys do a great job, and we can hear you. I try to tune out a lot of the things behind us, but I hear you guys, and I hear you guys doing a great job. And I've got a little girl, too, who loves you guys. So she tells me every Friday night when I get home after the game how she spent some time with you guys on the cheer squad. So thank you guys for doing that for our young kids, too. It makes a huge difference for our community when we have ladies like you representing the GE and doing it the right way. A couple of last questions I usually ask. We have something that we talk about in our athletic program that love is free, trust is earned, and that's something that we really think is foundationally important to us. When you hear somebody say that, what does that mean to you?
Well, I think love is, you can give it to anybody. It's something you could just pass out, I feel. And then with trust, it takes a while to earn it. You have to do certain actions and things that you do will earn your trust. You can't just get it in one scenario.
Yeah, absolutely. And as it relates to your team, what do you feel like what do you have to do to earn the trust of your teammates?
Well, I have to show up to practice all the time, make sure I know all the choreography we're doing or all the chants we're doing. I have to be there. It's just, I think everything we do kind of correlates to trust.
Absolutely. I think being there, it's the first step, right?
Yes,
that's awesome right there. Okay. Last quick question I'll ask you is, you've obviously been in Greenville, Texas longer than I have. So what is your favorite thing here, whether it be a restaurant, place to go? What's your favorite thing about Greenville, Texas?
It sounds kind of stupid, but I like Applebee's.
Okay.
After all the Friday night games, me and my friends go to Applebee's, and I get the boneless wings with barbecue and a side of fries and a Dr. Pepper every time.
Well, nothing like tradition. I love it.
Yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate you being here with us today,
Yes, of
and thank you
course.
for giving us a little insight into your life in cheer and our cheer group as a whole. Okay, we'll be right back. Welcome back to this week's Coach's Corner. As our football team comes off our first win of the season today, I thought it was important that we brought in our players of the week to talk about their experience that night and give you guys some insight into it. Today we've got Offensive Player of the Week, Senior Jaden Johnson, and we've got our Defensive Player of the Week, Senior Caleb Yost. Gentlemen, appreciate you guys joining us today. Appreciate y'all, man. Talk to us about just, I think everybody wants to know, right? We had a guest speaker in here the other day that came from those 0 and 40 years, and he talked about never getting the feeling of winning and enjoying and celebrating a Friday night football win, right? And I know y'all had a few of them in your career, but you got your first one this year as seniors. What was that feeling like? Talked about when it went to all zeros, we took the knee, we won the game, and how it felt to be with your guys at the end of the game. Caleb, go ahead and start that.
Man, it felt great. We've been putting in a lot of work. Season hasn't gone the best for us, but as soon as we got that win, I knew my boys were going to be pretty happy. And I would say we had a pretty good game. Everybody played their butts off. So.
Yeah, no doubt. Jaden, how about you, bud?
I thought it was pretty great, too. I got to see everybody happy, as Yost said, which is, after a game, not really often. So it's just good to get a win.
Good to get a win, absolutely. It was great to see you guys be able to celebrate that. I know how hard you work, and I know, like you said, Caleb, it's not always going our way. We're transitioning into trying to get new habits built, new behaviors built, new ways of thinking built, right? And that's always a tough, difficult thing to do. And you're trying to break, old habits and create new ones, and there's a lot of hard work that goes into that, right? And it's nice to see that work pay off with some success, and that was fun. Caleb, we had earlier Coach Yates, our defense coordinator, was in here, and we're talking about the defensive effort that you guys gave, and of course, kind of comes out and has a really good first drive, puts the ball in the end zone early, but from then on, defensively, we kept them out of the end zone and kept them from scoring anything else defensively. I know we gave up a touchdown from the offensive side of the ball, but defensively had a shutout after that first drive. What was it that changed for you guys after that first drive and clicked as a group?
I think it was the energy. The energy definitely got better. Everybody finally knew what to do and let go of all the excuses and everything that was holding them back and realized we can really do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Just playing at a different speed because of confidence, right? I mean,
Yes, sir.
I think from the moment, I really think it turned on the interception that you got, right? I mean, we were in a situation where we were still giving a little bit more ground than we wanted to right there. But then I think when you made that big play and then we finally started getting some 3 and outs and stuff, you just saw the confidence continue to grow. And, going back to late in the game, we had to make a lot of critical stops, especially in the fourth quarter. I remember one play, for example, guy does a great job of bouncing it outside, but there you are. And in times, in a place where we've maybe missed a couple of tackles in that open field, you really did everything that you needed to do. How did it feel to make that tackle, that particular tackle, knowing that it saved the game for us, really, right? Because it would have been a touchdown had you not.
Yes, sir. It felt great knowing that my boys can trust in me to make the tackle and possibly saving the game. Felt real good.
Absolutely, and it felt good for me to see that from you right there, because I know how hard you worked. I know how disappointed at times you've been, but to see you continue to fight through, continue to find ways to make things happen, and finally all that hard work pay off for you in a critical situation was fun to watch you, and fun to watch you celebrate it after you got it done, right? And
Yes, sir.
see all that kind of weight lift off of you and get excited, man. Well, that was fun. Well, JJ, for you were the leading rusher, close to 200 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, and obviously, we go forward on a 4th and short right there in our own end, and you take that one 77 yards. So talk about that play just in general. What'd you see at first? Because you knew you had to get a yard and a half to get the first down, right? That was the first priority. What happens when you broke that tackle and you were just in the open field? What was going through your mind?
So I was running, and then I see a shadow. I think it's the other guys, like their coach Canada player.
Yeah.
I thought it was his shadow, so it was like running from a dog. I was
just trying to make sure you didn't get caught, huh? Well, I think that shadow you saw was Caleb Hell coming out of nowhere, right, with a huge block to kind of finish that thing off. Once you got in the end zone, JJ, what was your thoughts?
just excited and just trusting in our defense and offense the rest of the game.
Absolutely. Well, that was a big play right there. I think because what that showed everybody is, defense was moving, and then what that showed is we were going to finish some drives that night. We had a lot of great offensive drives, but we struggled to finish some, right? And that was the first one. We got a really big finish. And then comes later on in the game. We make a big run right there to finish the third quarter, right? And we get in the huddle in the first play of the fourth, and we know exactly what we want to do. We want to motion, get the guys out of the way, go power right there at the end, and you got into the end zone and gave us the first lead of the season. What was that feeling like?
Felt good. We were finally in the lead for a game, and just knew we could finish it.
Absolutely. All right, let's talk through the finish of that thing. We got about 4 minutes left, or a little bit under 4 minutes left, right? And offensively, we got a big fourth down, and of course, Canada makes a good play, picks one off. Chris Whitus comes out from nowhere on the backside, touchdown, saving tackle on the INT return, and then defensively, we got to go out there and find one more stop, right?
Yes, sir.
One more stop. I believe that's the drive you actually made the tackle on, I'm talking about,
sir,
right?
it was.
To get them into a third down situation, and then we get them into fourth down, right? And we gotta go get the field goal, right? And a lot of times it's hard to, you practice offensively, defensively all day. A lot of times it's hard to go back and focus in and get the special team stuff done the right way, right? And I don't think we understand how important it is until it becomes important, right?
Yes, sir.
And it was what saved the game for us, right? 2 special teams plays in a row. I was talking to Matthew Middleton earlier, and he asked about the timeout, because Aiden blocks the first one, right? But we call the timeout to ice, and I decided that's what I was going to do. I was going to make a high school kid think about a game-winning kick a little bit, right? And you always take the chance because you're going to call that as late as possible. And Matthew asked, he goes, "Coach, what did you think?" I said, "Well, I've been in that situation many times as a head coach, right? And I've seen all 3 scenarios. I've seen call the timeout, they make it. Then when you call the timeout, the second kick, they miss it because they thought about it. I've seen the miss and make, and then I've seen the double miss and the double block now, right? So I've been through it all as a head coach. But here's what was beautiful. We call the timeout, we get the first one blocked. And we come out there, and I look at Aiden, and I tell him, I said, "Hey, now he knows you're going to block it. So now he's going to think about it," right? And Aiden said, "I'm going to get it again." And obviously he did. And to your guys' credit, we also executed it, blocked on our side of the field. So what did we execute? Something we work every week, which is what? When it gets on our side of the field, do what? Can you touch it? No. We got to get away from it,
Yes,
right?
sir.
And you guys executed that. Y'all ran off the field, but then again, you saw it blocked, and that's when you knew we'd won it, right? What was that feeling like?
Man, it's just a rush of happiness knowing that the defensive work had paid off. We had a really good game on defensive side, and then seeing Elu block that kick 2 times in a row, the energy was just great.
Yeah, absolutely, and it was from everybody. I think the stands were excited, everybody. I think, because I know our community knows how much hard work you guys put in, and they were excited to see you guys come out on top. Let's go back into, let's take a view into everything you've been through and to get to this point. And it's hard sometimes to put all the work in, because when you're young and when you're going through it for some of the first times in your life, you want to look for the result, right? The result's supposed to give you the justification of whether or not the work's been right or work's been worth it, right? The dangers of that, however, is that sometimes you don't guaranteed your results, right? But you are guaranteed to have a next opportunity to work for, right? And a next opportunity to push for them. And you finally got one. But now that we got one, what's next for us?
We got to go get another, and then another, and then another. But we got to work on what's coming this week and stay focused on this game, and even focus on tomorrow's practice and then the next practice. Just keep the energy going, keep the great just the all-out heart into the game that we put in last week, and I know all season. And now that we've seen it in view, I think that'll give us a big push.
Awesome, awesome. JJ, same question, bud.
I'm agreeing with Yost. Just got to stay focused on our practices, get everything right there, and then just translate it into the game.
Absolutely. That's awesome that you guys are seeing that side of it, which is hard for young guys to see sometimes, how important that next step is. Because as we talked about yesterday, right, is if we always just measure our success by the result, we don't think, I mean, we celebrate that thing. What would we do next, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, nobody ever wins a championship winning one game, right? It's all about what do we do next, right? What can we do next? Can we build off success now, right? This is something new for us, and I'm excited to see you guys get it done. I've already talked to you guys before, so we've already answered the question about love is free, trust is earned. But tell me this, it's a foundational thing for a reason, right? And how did what we believe in right there, how did that help us through Friday night?
I think it helped us with, especially the trust, knowing that defense was going to go out there and do their job that whole game, and trusting my guys in my backfield to have my back, and knowing our line was going to do everything they can to force it up the middle so we can come up and make the tackle.
Awesome. JJ, what about you, bud?
Yost really just had everything I had in my mind I was going to say.
When you hit that 77-yard run, did you just trust that, hey, the gap's going to be there, I'm going to follow my blocker, I'm going to follow the puller, hit it where it needs to be?
Yes, sir. I always have trust in my line. No matter what the play is, I'm going to always follow them, trusting them to get the block and just be open.
Awesome. It's great to see things that we discuss every day play out, right? And see how really important those things are, correct?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Well, guys, I'm proud of you. Proud of the resilience you've shown, proud of everything that you do every single day to overcome all the reasons why we can't be good, but tell ourselves we're too busy doing everything it takes to be successful to worry about those things, right? And that's a huge deal. And I have no doubt that's going to be a huge step forward for our program and a huge step as an organization to just believe in the importance of doing things that it takes to be successful. Man, thank you guys. Congratulations on being Players of the Week. Congratulations on a big win, and hope to see a lot more of those as we keep going. Okay?
Yes,
all right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to this week's Coach's Corner and our look at this week's volleyball program with Lyric Jacobs and Lilly Couch. Ladies, thank you guys for being here today. We appreciate y'all, okay? Ladies, obviously, what we do here is we give everybody a look into our programs, a look inside. They get to come watch you guys play a bunch, but most importantly, they want to get to know the young people that are in our program and the coaches that are in our program, because I think it just builds a connection with our community. So that's what we're trying to do today. So we want to give them a look into that, okay? So we're going to start today by talking about support systems. I think it's really important. I know how hard you ladies work every day, and I know how hard in the volleyball world you've had to work your entire life to get where you are, correct? Because how competitive it is, how much it's driven by the club world and things like that, right? So it takes a huge support system to do that. So Lilly, talk to us about your support system first.
My family is a big one. They've been there since day one on the sidelines, just cheering me on. My mom, my dad, my grandma, just all my family in the stands.
Awesome. Lyric?
I would definitely say my parents, and I think my biggest supporter is probably my sister.
Okay.
She played volleyball in high school, and she's like my best friend, and she's my biggest cheerleader.
Okay, very good. What's she doing now?
She lives with her husband. They're on tour all the time, on the road.
On tour? What do they do for a living?
He is a lead singer in a band.
Oh, awesome. What band? Would it be somebody we know?
Pecos and the Rooftops.
Okay, awesome. How did they meet?
He DM'd her on Twitter.
Oh, well, there you
and
go.
asked her to go on a date because he was playing at the Hunt County Fair.
Okay, well, there you go. How about that? Well, that's pretty unique. I love it right there. Okay, so let's talk about the journey in volleyball. And again, let's talk about your young days all the way till you got here. Lilly, tell us a little bit about playing when you started to play. What was that experience like?
I started when I was really young. I think I was around like 7 or 8. It's definitely, when you start younger, it helps a lot. And doing club, because you get more playing time and you get to play other teams when you go out of state for club, and it helps a lot with your skill playing higher end teams.
Okay, very good. Lyric, same question.
I started playing City League when I was really little, and that it's fun when you're little, but it doesn't like grow you enough. So then I started playing club, and that just gives you a whole nother level. Like, it gives you more competition, and you have to work for your spot, and it teaches you different things about being a team and having to be a leader and work for your spot.
Awesome right there. And let's talk about the transition now here at the high school level. Tell me about your experience playing volleyball for the Lions.
I've loved it every year. I've loved the girls. I've loved just the journey from middle school to high school. It's definitely a lot different, like playing Lovejoy now and like all the different teams, and it's so much fun whenever you have a good rally in our student section, and it's just so much fun.
Okay, Lyric, same thing.
I definitely think high school volleyball is different than middle school or club, but I think it's very competitive, but it's also fun because like you are playing with girls that you see every day, and you just have a different level of like friendships and connections you can make with them because you see them all the time. And I think that it's just more of like a family-friend connection that you have with these girls, and even after season ends, you see them every day in the hallway, and so it just gives it another level of like knowing you have these girls regardless.
Awesome. What's your favorite moment in Lion volleyball, Lilly?
Oh my goodness. We always have good like team bonding experiences. Like, it's always so much fun whenever we have our team trips to Broken Bow, or just our funny moments. They can be so random, and we keep those memories forever.
Awesome. Lyric, same question.
I think my favorite with our volleyball team is definitely like the behind the scenes that nobody sees, like the locker room and the bus rides and the practices. Like, yeah, we have like a boundary where it's like serious and then friends, but like I feel like we're so good at like having good times when it's just us. Like, even our trip to Broken Bow, you see sides of these girls that you would never see on the court. And I think that's my favorite, of like seeing the side of them that you probably wouldn't see any other time.
Absolutely, no doubt. I mean, it's fun to, obviously you see the competitor sometimes. It's nice to see the other sides of somebody. There's no doubt about it. All right, ladies, you guys play in probably one of the most competitive volleyball districts in the state of Texas, right? How do you manage the expectations of that? Just being in that environment, making sure that you know each and every week you have to be your best. How do you manage that?
Well, we try to make sure that we just go into it with a good mindset and not just like we're just gonna play volleyball. Don't go into it to where like, yeah, we'll win, whatever. Like, go into it doing your best 100%, no matter who it is, if they're the best or if they're the worst.
Okay.
I definitely think, like Lilly said, like you have to go in there with the right mindset of like, yes, it's a good team, but we're a good team and we can compete. And also taking the time to like work on yourself and like watching film and doing things and learning what you need to pick and work on for the next game to be better to compete with that team.
Awesome. What do you think the biggest lesson you've learned from volleyball, no matter if it was young or these last couple of years? What's the biggest lesson you've learned?
Don't take it for granted. It flies by so quick. I mean, I blink in an eye and it's senior year, and it's senior night tonight, and it's just don't take it for granted.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think mine is definitely like having to learn to have fun while also trying to win things, because like you can go out there and you can be in the mindset that I need to win, but if you're not having fun with it, then it's kind of drains you. So learning to have fun, but also keeping yourself in line to be like, well, I'm here for a reason. I need to do my job and have fun at the same time.
And I think that the balancing that is extremely difficult because, again, it's hard to have fun when you're not winning, right? I mean, those are the things because we're all competitors. That's why we do it at this level, right? It's different than, I myself, I love to go play beach volleyball, but I'm not worried about winning there. I'm just enjoying having fun, right? But when you join a team and you're responsible to that team, it's hard to remember sometimes, yes, that you started playing this game because you loved it and you enjoyed it so much and you had such fun doing it. So that's absolutely an important thing to keep, and I'm glad you said that today. Ladies, when I first got here a few months ago, one of the foundational things I talked about was, as a program, love is free, but trust is earned in our program, right? And that's something I like to ask everybody here because I like for our community to hear, again, what does that mean to all of us in an athletic program? It's something that kind of ties us all together, right? I mean, because we are, even though, we don't get to see each other every day, we're still all a part of that same group, right? We're representing Greenville, Texas every single day with everything we do. So, Lilly, what does that mean to you, love is free, trust is earned?
I feel like you can love everyone. You can give love to anyone and everyone, but when it comes to trust, like on the court, you just have to earn that with each other and prove it. And so you can have their back and you can be there or have the ball and be like, okay, I know she's going to get that, and they get it.
Okay, there.
I definitely think that I can go out and love everybody. Like, I'll care for you regardless. But trust, you have to continuously show up and prove with your actions for me to believe that I can give you any ounce of my trust.
Absolutely, no doubt. And vice versa. It's our job is to earn the trust of others, right? And doing everything we can every day to be what we say we want to be and do what we say we want to do, right? And I think that's so important. Very good. All right, well, ladies, y'all been in Greenville, Texas a little bit longer than I have, obviously. And I think the last question I like to ask is this, what are your favorite parts of Greenville, Texas? What is your favorite thing to do? And a lot of people will talk about a restaurant they like to go to or a place they like to be with their friends. And I'd just like to get a little bit, maybe I'll find out something new that I didn't know we had. So, Lilly, I'll start with you.
I've always loved the restaurant tamales.
Okay.
It's no, you can go anywhere else. It's just not the same. Greenville is its own place. It's undescribable. It's just home.
Okay, awesome. There.
Mine is definitely the Sonic. I love to I love to go in the drive-in and park my car and get my food and my drinks, and whether I'm by myself and just sitting in the parking lot for 30 minutes eating my food, chilling, or if I'm with my friends and we're blasting music, drinking our Sonic drinks, I think that's my favorite spot.
What's your go-to Sonic drink?
Just a regular Dr. Pepper.
Classic.
I love fountain Dr. Peppers.
All right. Awesome. I love it. Well, ladies, thank you so much for giving us an insight to not only the program, but you two as well. And thank you so much for the efforts that you give every day. I know I get to see you guys in the weight room a bunch throughout the spring, but watching you guys play on the court is fun for us too. And thank you for representing us the right way. Have a great day.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll be right back.
Public power means that your utility is community-owned and not for profit. It is a commitment to our community. We pride ourselves in local leadership and accountability. At GEUS, our mission goes beyond delivering electricity. It's about providing low-cost yet reliable and high-quality electricity, television and internet services, and giving back to the community we live in. At GEUS, public power means local leadership and a shared vision for a brighter, more connected Greenville. Together, we're lighting the way to a better future.
Welcome back as we finish this week's Coach's Corner. A couple of weeks ago we talked about, after the Poteet game in the second half, talking about being a step forward for our program, and could it be a step forward? And that would really be dictated by what we do next. Winning is extremely hard. If you don't think that's true, think about how Alabama felt when they lost a game to Vanderbilt. Nobody thought that they were going to lose. Everybody thought Alabama could just roll in there, win a game. But I think what people don't know from the outside of programs is just how much work it takes to win, and every win's special. When we won Friday night, we won a tight ball game, 16-14, made some big plays at the end, made a lot of mistakes that we had to overcome, and I was so proud of our guys and see them overcome those mistakes, because that's something that we really hadn't done a whole lot of since we've been here with them. But to watch them do that and get a win, man, it was exciting and it was fun. And in my younger days, I might not have liked the way we played. I might not have enjoyed it as much, but winning that game was enjoyable and it was fun. But then came, Saturday. And what is that? What is Saturday? Saturday's the next step, because we've got competitions to move and we've got men to grow, and that job never stops. Earlier you heard Lyric talk about balancing having fun and being competitive. And I think as a competitor, that's probably the toughest thing to do, because really it's hard to just go out there. If you just go out there and think, we're just going to go out there and have fun, then there's no chance that you're going to do the things that it takes to prepare to win and play at a high level against teams that are really driven to win. But all the times, if everything's about winning, you don't always remember to have fun while you're doing it. And that's why I think it's so important for our guys to every day understand this, is we can't focus on results of singular tests. The games that we play are all tests, and what they're testing is how well have we developed the behaviors, the character, the mindsets, the work ethics, and the schematic knowledge of what we're trying to get done every day. It's just how prepared are we every single week to do everything we need to do on a daily basis to be successful. The little victories that you see every day are finally guys figuring out for the first time where their fits are going to be. Finally, a young lady understanding how to get her body in front of a serve receive and make sure that the pass is done. Seeing a young lady for the first time break a personal best in cross country. Seeing our cheerleaders do certain tricks for the first time, because we know how hard those things have happened. And those victories don't always happen in front of tens of thousands of people right there at TA Cotton Ford. Most of the time they happen in this weight room. They happen in a gym by yourself, or they happen in a video room that you spent 4 hours in that week that nobody knows you've done. And that's, to me, where the fun is, and where the measures of success are our young people ready to put in the work to earn the life they want? Coach Yates said it, you don't get the life you want, you get the life you earn. And we want to earn something special. One win is not what we're looking for, but it's a start to where we want to be. And we understand that it takes a long time to build the processes in place that it takes to win and win and win each and every week, every test that we come up against. But I have no doubt that one win and the step forward we took a couple of weeks ago shows me that we have young people in this program that are willing to do the things that it takes to earn the right to be successful. Do we have a long way to go? Absolutely. Are we behaviorally where we need to be right now? Are we systematically where we need to be right now? Are we skill-wise where we need to be right now? No, we're not. But we're so much further than where we started. And I'm so excited to see where we're going next. And hopefully, as we continue these messages, we'll see that growth together. Thank you for joining us this week, and go Lions.
This video has been brought to you by GEUS. GEUS is your community-owned provider for electric, internet, cable TV, and true local programming.